Howdy motorists. Today I thought I might give the car a bit of a clean under the bonnet. I gave a wash about a week ago. The whole car got a wash, but I figured I gave the car and the bonnet, I gave it a bit of a wipe with a bucket, etc. But today what I'm going to do, we'll pop the hood, folding the car cover back on itself, so if there's any dust on the cover, it doesn't go on the car, it'll go on the car cover. So that's what I'm just going to do there. Get that ready, put that to one side, and we'll pop the hood. Oh, sorry, need the keys. So we'll pop the hood in. Now, this is a low mileage car and it's a baby car, so this is always looked after nicely. And what I did a couple of last week, I gave the car a quick, very careful hose. You're very careful when you're washing a car with electronics and stuff, or any car for that matter. Never do it when it's hot. But I got most of the loose dirt and everything off, but as I'm going to be using Aquawax today to give this plastic parts a bit of a shine and some of the metal, the bucket of clean water, I'm going to use just an old, well it's not old, just cloth, and we'll go around all parts which get a little bit of the road bloom. Where we live in Cairns up here in Australia, the roads are terrible. The roads, we have so much dust, there's so many unsealed roads, and it's a pretty dusty old city too, so, or windy city at times, so we get a lot of rubbish on there. So because this car's never driven in the wet, it doesn't really get too nasty, but just from living here, it's always going to have a bit of a dust on it. But there's always get everything off before you put anything on it. The reason being, if you polish anything and you've got dirt underneath it, you're only polishing the dirt and the grime in. Now, this doesn't actually have a lot of dirt on it or dust on it because of, as I said, doing it the other day. So just going around the top, just removing the loose dirt and dust around it, but there's not really a lot on it. I'm always very careful of these front parts too, underneath the bonnet. When I got the car, I did a paint protection by a company called Durogloss. You do it yourself. You buy it from a business called Car Care Products, and they've got, I think they're in Perth, Brisbane, Melbourne and Sydney. Fortunately for us, there's never any free postage and it's quite expensive to get it up here, but it is a very good product. Durogloss Total Polish, which is actually similar to a paint protection, and then there's Aquawax which goes on the top of that. So I'll show you what the final product, you can buy it in a 3 litre container. It's called Aquawax, 3.5 litre, whatever that is, 3.78 litres. This stuff's awesome. It's almost like a wax and shine, so you can wash your car, have a little bit of water on it, spray it and wipe it and it'll keep it a gloss. But if you do what I do with it, I dry the car completely off and then I apply this, let it finish as a haze, and then I hard polish it off and it comes up, and that's what they call it, Aquawax. It looks like the hose is going over the car. So when I got the car brand new, I treated all paint areas under the bonnet, everywhere. And then also Aquawax is great on this plastic stuff. But before I do that, what I normally do is some great chrome. This one is actually good. It's Autosol Chrome Cleaner. It's actually very good. And purple, which is actually probably, if it's good quality chrome, it's probably even better. So I'm not really going to use much today because this chrome's actually all good. It's only this cover. I got all this chrome as a kit for the car. It's about $378. And it was only this cover here which has let me down a lot. This cover here is just, I don't know, never ever looks good. So, but I'm going to give it a go. So I'll give it a little bit of a shine. So one of these cloths, and I just put a little bit on it. You don't have to put much of this stuff on. You remember what it's doing is a lot of the time this stuff is actually removing the top layer of whatever's on it. So I'm going to put a little bit on there, just a little bit on these. other chrome parts. The billet up the top. Now these strut tower ones, they're not exactly chrome, but they're shiny. So I'm going to just put this all on here like this. Even the ring around the cold air induction will get a bit. These rings around the top. Might as well do everything, do it properly. All the LS parts. The compliance plate, you can't actually see that, but I'll bring this over in a second, we can have a look. Now I'm just going to let all that dry on there. And the Walkinshaw badge, of course. Make the Walkinshaw badge look good. Why not? You paid for it, might as well look good. For some of the comments I've had before about the fact that I drive it like a granny and I'm getting a supercharger, for those couple of guys, man, it's my Sunday car. If I want it to be 700 horsepower and drive it like a granny, that's up to me. At least it's what it is, you know. It's a supercar. At the moment, it's probably got the same power as the AMG C63, the 2016-2017 version. If I supercharge it, it's just going to boost it up a fair bit. That's my prerogative, man. If I can afford it, and I'm really lucky enough if I can at times, I don't think I can at the moment, I'll be doing that. If you have a problem with us doing that, don't watch me, it's fine. Okay, so I've done this part of the car. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to try and find what I did with my Aquawax. Got the Aquawax here. Aquawax is great on any of this other stuff around here, just shining. I do it first on the cloth usually. Now this smells like coconut. All the Aquawax products actually smell pretty nice. I think it's one of the bond coats that you put on actually smells like cherries. So I'm just putting this on now. This just protects the plastic. It keeps it looking new. And you know, like I said, there's no dust on it, so I'm not polishing into anything. But I'm putting this on to protect the plastic. So this product can be used on plastic trim on your car. They say it can be used on glass, but I actually don't opt to put it on glass. I'd rather not put it on glass. I'd rather use Rain-X or something else, which also gives it a polish, but also repels the water, so it makes it bead. Not that the car goes in the rain either, but if I do get caught, remembering we're living up here in far north Queensland, you can definitely get your car wet from time to time. Now I'm not going to do too much around the top there because this top is actually looking pretty good. Just going to rub a little bit on the seals, on the rubbers around there. Now Aquawax is so good on here that you really don't have to polish it in. It just sort of sucks into it. It doesn't leave smudges or greasy marks. Never use an Armor Roller or a silicone. I don't know if this has got silicone in it, but I don't believe it has. But you can use some of those silicone things and they'll just leave marks. And when it gets warm, it'll be like toast. So what I might do now, I might have a quick breather, let this silver stuff do, and then I'll turn this back on and we'll do the polish and we'll see how it looks. Thank you. Well, put a bit of elbow grease into underneath here now. All the billet stuff. So all this stuff came in one kit. This, that piece of rubbish. These two and that all came in one kit for about $300 delivered. And all of it's pretty good quality, apart from this. This is just, I'm probably going to spend the next hour going over this just so it still looks stupid. It's a real waste of time. So I will be replacing this. Got a few things to do before this. I'm getting a retractable bollard put behind the car, the driveway. That's definitely going to happen. But in the meantime, as you can see, it's all come up pretty nice. The Aquawax has dried nicely on everything. It's given it a nice shine. You can't really get into the extractors or the headers, as you would want to call them. We call them extractors over here, is what I've always known them as. A big set of extractors. Not worth trying to do those. You just can't get your hand around it anyway. I don't even think Tom, my son, could get behind there and do that. But so it's come up. So folks, it is really a good idea. If you've got a Sunday driver, do look after underneath your car. And if you get a chance, if you buy a new car, and you buy a car like this, doesn't have to be this car, but if you buy a car like this, give it a good clean and the degrease under the engine. Do all that. and try to get yourself something like an Aquawax product. By the way, I'm not being paid or any for these recommendations of these products that I've been telling you about. I just find that all the detailing I do, and I do a lot of detailing for different cars, that this product is always good, and it can bring up a really crappy looking car, make it look really good. So that's why I'm suggesting it to you. I know that it works, so that's why I use it. But yeah, if you get yourself a new car, or you've got one of these type of cars in your garage, give it a gentle clean with soapy water, rinse it off, hand rinse it off if you have to, let it dry, apply some chrome cleaner, apply some Aquawax or something similar, Durogloss Aquawax, apply something like that on it, and if you keep it as a Sunday driver, it shouldn't get too much dirt or dust on it anyway. But that's how you keep them looking nice, folks. If you want your car to look nice forever, that's a good way to do it. Thanks for watching today, I appreciate that. I'll be making some more, I'll be doing the interior probably in the next week or two. Enjoy your day, motorists. Bye.